Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today I'll start my unit 2, which is real and complex numbers. Here are the unit outlines: real numbers, properties of real numbers, radicals and radicands, laws of exponents, indices, complex numbers, basic operations on complex numbers. Let's start our topic 2.1, which is real numbers. In this topic, we'll discuss about different sets of real numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, depiction of real numbers on number line, terminating and non-terminating numbers, decimals on number line. Also, we discuss some examples of decimals in the form p by q, representation of rational and irrational numbers on number line, and the examples. So let's start our topic, real number. So the first one is natural numbers. The numbers 1 to 3 up to so on, which we use for counting certain objects, are called natural numbers or positive integers. The set of natural numbers is denoted by n. From number 1 to up to so on, we denote this set by n and we call it by natural numbers. Similarly, if we add 0 to this set, we call this set whole numbers and we denote it by w. Integers. The set of integers consists of positive integers 0 and negative integers and is denoted by z. Starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on in the positive sense, and -1, -2, -3 up to so on in the negative sense. Set of real numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. All numbers of the form p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not 0, are called rational numbers. You can say the numbers, these total numbers which we can write in the form of p by q, is called rational number and we denote it by q. As you can see, this is the set of rational numbers. Q is equals to p by q, such that p, q belongs to z and q is not equals to 0. Irrational numbers. The numbers which cannot be expressed as this form p by q, or you can say as quotient of integers, are called irrational numbers. We denote the set by q prime and it consists of all x which cannot be written as p by q form, where p and q belongs to z and q is not equals to 0. For example, the numbers square root 2, square root 3, square root 5, pi and exponential function are all irrational numbers. The union of set of rational numbers and irrational numbers is known as set of real numbers. As you can see, set of real numbers is equals to set of rational numbers union of set of irrational numbers. If we take union of these two sets, we get the whole real numbers, or you can say the real line. Here q and q prime are both subset of r. We take q and q prime from r. These are the small part of r. And intersection of q and q prime is equals to phi. This is phi, or you can say empty, because rational numbers and irrational numbers are distinct numbers. Depiction of real numbers on number line. We can represent real numbers on a real line starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on in the positive sense, and -1, -2, -3, -4 up to so on in the negative sense. This is called the number line, and each real number a corresponds to one and only one point on the number line. This type of association is called one-to-one correspondence. By convention, numbers to the right of the origin are positive. This is the origin O starting from 0, and the numbers to the right of the origin are positive and numbers to the left of origin are negative. So we assign the number 1 to the point A. so that the line segment OA represent 1 unit of length. The number A associated with a point P on L is called coordinate of P, and L is called the coordinate line or the real number line. As you can see, the distance of 0, 4 is equals to this distance of 0 minus 4. For any real number A, the point P prime minus A corresponding to minus A lies in the same distance from O as the point P of A corresponding to A, but in the opposite direction. You can see this is the positive direction and this is the negative direction. Demonstration of a number with terminating and non-terminating decimals on the number line. Rational numbers. The decimal representation of rational numbers are of two types, terminating and recurring. Terminating means stopping at a certain point, and recurring means continue. Terminating or terminating decimal fractions. The decimal fraction in which there are finite number of digits in its decimal part is called terminating decimal fraction. For example, you can see 2 by 5 is equal to 0.4. 0.4 is the only digit after the decimal. This is the only element here. You can say 0.4. This is the total answer of 2 by 5. It is not continuing. Also, it is not repeating. Similarly, 3 by 8 is equals to 0.375. Recurring and non-terminating decimal fractions. The decimal fractions non-terminating in which some digits are repeated again and again in the same order in its decimal part. Here you can see the decimal part is finite, and you can see here 2 by 9 is equals to 0.22 up to so on, so many times 2. So 2 is repeating itself again and again. Also 4 by 12 is equals to 0.36, 36, 36 up to so on 36 again and again indefinite times. So you can see 36 is repeating here again and again. So this is non-terminating decimal fractions. Also it is recurring. Irrational numbers. The decimal representation for irrational numbers are neither terminating nor repeating in blocks. The decimal form of an irrational number would continue forever and never begin to repeat the same block of digits. As you can see, square root 2 is an irrational number and it is continuing without repeating itself, neither it is terminating. Similarly, pi is also an irrational number and exponential function is also an irrational number. These are the examples of decimals in the form p by q. Express the following decimals in the form p by q, where pq belongs to z set of integers and q is not equals to 0. A 0.3, this bar denotes that 3 is continuing. It means it is recurring decimal. 3 is repeating itself again and again in the decimal part. Similarly, 0.23, the bar on these two numbers show that 23 is repeating itself again and again to an indefinite number. Solution. Let x is equals to, we suppose this number is equals to 0.3, x is equals to 0.3, which can be rewritten as 0.3333. 3 is repeating itself again and again. Note that we have only one digit 3 repeating indefinitely. We have only this digit repeating itself, so we multiply it by 10 on both sides. So 10x is equals to 10 into this number. So 3.33 up to so on. Also we name it by 2. Subtracting 1 from 2, we have this equation. Always remember, if we subtracting 1 from 2, we write the number 2 first and then 1 second. Similarly, 10x minus x is equals to this number, and we get 9x is equals to 3, which implies that x is equals to 1 by 3. So 0.3 bar is equals to 1 by 3. We convert the following decimals into p by q form, where q is not equals to 0 and 1 and 3 belongs to z. Let x is equals to 0.23 bar. Here 23 is repeating itself indefinite times. So we multiply it by 100 on both sides. So we multiply 100 on both sides, and we can write 23.23 bar as 23 plus 0.23 because it is repeating itself. And also it is equals to x. So we subtract it from 100x. 100x minus x is equals to 23, which gives us x is equals to 23 by 99. So we have converted it into p by q form, where q is not equals to 0 and p and q is a rational number. Representation of rational and irrational numbers on number line. We can represent rational and irrational numbers on the number line. This is the rational number m by n, positive rational number, and this is the negative rational number, where m and n are positive integers. We subdivide each unit in length into n equal parts. The mth point of division to the right of origin represent m by n, and that to the left of the origin at the same distance represents minus m by n. These are the examples. Represent the following numbers on the number line. You can see these are the rational numbers, which can be written in p by q form. So we have minus 2 by 5. We have to represent it on the number line L. So we divide the unit. First we get 2 by 5 is equals to 0 point something. So we take unit 0 minus 1. Unit length between 0 and minus 1. 0 and minus 1, and we divide it by 5. We divide this interval into 5 equal parts and take the end of the second part. As you can see, 2 is here, so we take the second part from 0 to its left side, because it is the negative number. So this is the representation of number on the number line. Also 15 by 7 is equals to 2 plus 1 by 7. This is a complete number and this is a fraction. So we see it lies between 2 and 3 because we are adding 2. We are adding something in 2. So it lies between 2 and 3. So we take the portion 2 and 3 of the number line and divide the distance between 2 and 3 into 7 equal parts, because we divide it by n equal parts, and the mth part is representation of this rational number. The point P is representing the number 15 by 7, which you can write as 2 into 1 by 7. Similarly, we can represent this number using the same method. We divide it interval in 9 equal parts, and the 7th part of interval from minus 1 to the left side is the representation of this number. Irrational numbers such as square root 2, square root 5 can be located on the line L by geometric construction. In this paragraph, it is given that we can represent irrational numbers using Pythagoras theorem. We can represent it on the number line using this Pythagoras theorem. As you can see in this example, we write square root 2 is equals to 1 square plus 1 square square root OB, and we draw the center with center O at 0 of radius square root 2 and length 1, and we draw the arc here, and the arc cut the real line on the point P, and this point P is the square root 2. This point P is representing square root 2 on the number line. I hope you get my point. Thank you.